Alright, looks like they're off. Alright, welcome to the Super Metroid 80% Tournament 2018. This is the last week for group stages, meaning only 2 participants from every group will get to move on to the next round. And so here we have BluePlasmaSpark and Bullseye on the top screens versus and then we have Sloaters and nhammen on the bottom screens racing against each other. So both top screens are racing against each other, and both bottom screens are racing. Starting off with a little bit of series. Let's see what we get. So it's a 45.78. Really good time. 45.08 for BluePlasmaSpark. Also really good. It didn't quite catch nhammen's time. But yeah, it should be an interesting match. I'm familiar with Sloaters' personal best, which I believe he has a 44 old route, and I'm expecting him to take old route. I think BluePlasmaSpark has been grinding out his time. I'm not sure if he's around sub 50, but pretty close to it. For the other 2 runners, I tried looking up some information on them, but I believe they're both fairly new, or at least not names that I'm too familiar with. Definitely some new faces participating in the tournament, which is always a good thing to see. I believe Sloaters is the favorite to win this one, given his personal best of 44 minutes. However, this is Super Metroid, and anything can happen. Safety may be advised. We're starting off with the mandatory Morph Ball and missiles. And then we'll be moving on to the Bomb Teresa fight, the first mini-boss of the game. Oh, nice. D-boost from Sloaters. D-boosting off one of the laser shots. Some down grabs from BPS, BluePlasmaSpark. Oh, looks like we're seeing a behemoth-style climb from nhammen. Alright, so Bomb Teresa fight. It's pretty interesting. You want to start off with 5 P shots, and then farm some missiles to make the fight a lot quicker. And if you get hit during the like on the path to get up to Bomb Terizo, there's a chance that you might get some energy drops, which is not ideal because you want to do or have the ability to do as much damage as possible. Yeah, 1 round is ideal, like 1 farming round. I believe 2 farming rounds will lose about, I want to say, maybe upwards of like 5 seconds. Yeah, and like bad RNG for nhammen. Did a 2nd farm round, but only got energy. But good fight overall. Alright, coming up on sloater screens on the bottom left is the first mock ball in the game, or first sequence break using the mock ball. And you can collect super missiles before having to fight Spore Spawn, which I believe is the only other method of collecting super missiles in order to proceed with the game. Ooh, nice job from Bullseye, getting that Alcatraz. That's what it looks like. Looked like nhammen decided to go for the alternative route, the intended route, actually using your bombs. So far, good run by Sloaters. And BluePlasmaSpark not too far behind. So Sloaters should be going downwards. Yeah, looks like he is. Setting up with the mock ball. So we should be expecting all 4 old route races. Oh, screen froze for a second. Could be on my end. I want to say BluePlasmaSpark got the fast crate entrance from the look of his jump. Yeah, it looks like he did. Alright, first boss of the game, first major boss, Kraid. See if we can get a Kraid quick kill using the 2 missiles, 3 supers method. Very clean. There's an alternative method where people could choose to use the charge beam to stop Kraid's hand, which looks like BPS is using right now. charge beam with 4 supers. Nicely done. Although, if someone wanted to be extra conservative with their super missile count, you could do the charge beam method to open up Kraid's mouth and stop his hand. Use 3 supers and 1 missile, which saves an extra super missile. Although it could get a little tricky, because there's item deselects put into the mix. Oh, it looks like Source is getting the Crady tank. Playing it a little safe, which is always a good option. It's either play safe with the E-tank or save, or you can do both. But once you die without saving, it's pretty much over. And that's very likely to be a forfeit. Unless we have 2 runners both dying, then it gets really interesting. Alright, looks like nhammen is going to start his Kraid fights. Looks like he is setting up for the 2 missiles, 3 supers method. Ooh, that was a pretty decent setup. But only shot the super missile a little too late. But definitely a good try. Oh, you see, shooting like the supers into Kraid's hand. In this case, you could try farming one of the Kraid fingernails floating around and shoot some missiles into Kraid's mouth. And I believe Kraid's fingernail can only have 1 drop at a time. So if you kill like 2 fingernails, the second one will be guaranteed to drop nothing. So it's best to kill 1 fingernail at a time and collect their drops. In the meantime, Sloaters and BPS were doing their Norfair item collection. And in my opinion, it's one of the tougher movement areas in the game. Players can really save a lot of time on the movement, because there's definitely lots of complex rooms. Looks like Bullseye is playing it safe as well, collecting the Crady tank. And I would expect nhammen to follow suit. Yeah. Better safe than sorry, like they say. Alright, so on Sloater's screen, we're going to be collecting Wave Beam, which will be the last Norfair item being collected. And we're going to go to Phantoon, or Wreck Ship. We're going to see some X Factors, putting that Wave Beam to use. And really avoiding other beams, ideally, to avoid unnecessary pauses to turn on and off items or beams. Yeah, I believe sloaters and BPS were relatively close to each other, but the gap is like starting to widen because there's lots of difficult terrain to get across, and having solid movement for this segment of the game is really good. Yo, Alpha Spark from Sloaters. Checking out that red tower climb. Nicely done with that ledge grab. And BPS following suit with the Alpha Spark. It's a little hard to follow, but it looks like Bullseye is finished with his Snowfire M collection. He's going to be going to Rick Ship. Alright, maybe we'll see a little bit of ocean flying from Sloaters. Set the short charge, down grab. Oh yeah, it was like a tad early, that's what it looks like. Good try though. Maybe you'll see an ocean fly from BPS. Oh, going for it. If that's definitely the I would say the better way. If you know you're not going to get the ocean fly, I think that's like the faster method. Just to spark across the moat and do 2 shine sparks instead. And also like eliminates a lot of the risk involved in doing the ocean fly, because if you fall in the moat, then you have to like restart the room. Yeah, Soder's getting a little unlucky with this X Factor. His first X Factor, like 2 particles missed. So you either have to do an amazing Doppler or... Oh! Very nice. I think that's like a 2 round. So I think with the X Factor Doppler method, you want to add, I think, 3. You want to Doppler 3 extra missiles per X Factor missed. Oh, EPS using the super a little too early. Like one of the flames like jumped right in the way, so you might be like 1 or 2 missiles off. Complimentary fast, yeah, 1 missile. That one like flame from Fantoon just like jumped in the way and saved Fantoon. So a little unlucky there. Looks like Soder's doing the left side attic. It's a nice speed keep and a clean attic. Looks like Bullseye went for just sparking over the moat. Getting a little caught up on the short charge. Health and ammo looks really good. But sometimes you never know with Phantoon. Phantoon could be a jerk some days. Yo, was that a left side attic from BPS? Jumped a little too early for the speed keep. That covers very nicely. Alright, so we have Bullseye starting his Phantoon fight. Sloaters just collecting Gravity Suit. And nhammen's gonna be collecting Power Bombs. So you'll get to see how Bullseye's Phantoon goes. It's like a slow first pattern. I would say all X Factor particles hit Phantoon. Be seeing another slow. Ooh, it's getting kind of spotty. I think the setup's good. Yeah, there you go. 2 round. Nice job from Bullseye. And I agree, Phantoon is a jerk. And that was like a really good Phantoon fight from BPS. Alright, so Sluice is going to go into Meridia. And there are 2 bosses required for finishing this category, this route. You have to go through Botwoon and Dragon. You just falling in the plant, the same as Eater. I'm a little worried for nhammen's health. He has 63 to go into this fight. Nice X Factor from Sloaters. Although I think one of the sewer missiles got eaten. Yeah, it looks like nhammen is going to try and play it safe and farm a little bit. Going to farm a couple of times actually, which is not a bad choice. Although the drops are not being kind. So just going for a full halfie. Looks like a good ledge grab. Good wall jumps. Oh, we're going just playing too well and does the quarter halfie. Here we got nhammen starting his Phantoon fights and BPS starting his Botwoon fight. Let's see how they go. This X Factor by BPS. Ideally, you don't want to get health bombed by bot wound. And nhammen's health is really low. There's some nice health drops. Very nice. A Dragon fight by Sloaters. I think it was almost a 2 in blue. But missed the last Shine Spark. I think recovers nicely with a spike suit. If I saw that correctly. And action all over the place, really. Still worried about nhammen's health. One more hit. Farm some health. Okay. He's got a little bit more breathing room. Oh, was that a double hit? And okay, very nice. Made it out. Good job, nhammen. Really Monka-esque fight right there. Alright, BPS starting off his Dragon fight. Ran into the goop. It's like so weird sometimes because after shooting the Dragon's goop, there's like a lingering hitbox, kind of like the turrets in Mother Brain 1's fight. And they kind of like stay like a while longer, and they can still like mess up your movement. And if you get blue suit like while doing the short charge, it will count as touching the goop, and Dragon will just fly away or swim away, I guess. At BPS, accidentally running before crouching, ruining the blue suit. It's always kind of interesting how blue suit works. The best way I could explain is like the Shine Spark animation just gets cancelled because killing Dragon forces a stand-up for some reason, and it still counts you as running at like full speed. So that's why Samus is blue the whole way. You can crouch at any time to use a Shine Spark. Alright, it looks like Bullseye is going to be starting off his bot wound fight. In the meantime, Sloaters will be collecting Ice Beam, which is necessary for killing Metroids fast, and does a little more beam damage, which is always good for boss fights. Specifically Ridley and Mother Brain at the end, where you can't utilize X Factors as well. Looks like a good setup from Bullseye, at least so far from what I can see. Looks like one of the X Factors missed. Actually, I would say that like 2 X Factors missed, judging from bot wound's color. Oh, nhammen accidentally collecting the missile pack. In normal cases, 20 and 10 are, pretty decent. Gives like a good enough breathing room for bad Metroid drops. But also having like an extra missile pack makes it like a lot more, I don't know, better. So, worst case scenario where you don't get many drops from Metroids, you have the extra buffer of the 5 missile pack, or 5 missiles from that 1 missile pack. Nice fast pillows from sloaters. So in lower Norfair, things are a lot more dangerous. Things do a lot more damage. And there's lots of cases with acid, lots of rooms. And things can get hairy really quickly. But fortunately for an old route run, Plasma Beam is incredibly powerful. And so it makes it significantly safer. In a new route, for example, where it does not have Plasma Beam, it's significantly more dangerous. BPS taking the southern route. Alright, starting off with Ridley fight, with a Doppler charge shot. Helps save a little bit of time. Yes, so for the races, it's both top screens are racing against each other. And so far for that one, BPS, or BluePlasmaSpark, is in the lead. And Bullseye is not too far away. Well, he still has to travel through Norfair. So I would say BPS has a decent lead. For the bottom screens, it's sloaters versus nhammen, and sloaters has a significant lead over nhammen. So overall, sloaters is the one who's most likely to finish first. I don't want to call anything, because Super Metroid, anything can happen. BPS taking a little extra damage from worst rhythm in the game. Though thankfully with the safety tank from Kraid, looks health is still in good shape. For current standings, as far as the tournament goes, yeah, you can check out the challenge page and see who will be moving on to the next round. And keep in mind that group stages are ending by this Sunday. And so we'll see who makes it out of the group stage. EPS gonna kill both metal pirates individually. And it looks like nhammen is on his way to Dragon. And since Sloaters has finished all four major bosses, you'll be going to Torian, the last section of the game, last section of the run. And BPS with a little low health. I believe really does 40 damage on contact and 30 with the tail. I believe that's right. So if really starts doing any funny business, it could turn out to be like really dangerous really quickly. Ooh, taking to hits. Be careful for holy shnikes. 4 health. Definitely want to grab that safety tank. Monka Omega. In the meantime, nhammen is fighting Dragon, living on the edge. Neat thing about the goop when it's like on top of Samus, even though the goop slows down Samus's movement, you can do you can hold a charge shot and pseudo screw, or just have a charge shot held and do a spin jump, and that will do a pseudo screw, which will get rid of the goop, which will be very helpful. It's a little hard to tell, but nhammen is going through worst room in the game. You can only catch bits and pieces, really. Nice kill from nhammen. And in the lead, we have Sloaters starting off his Metroid rooms. Metroid room 1 grouping strats. It's a pretty good choice. And it looks like he's good on ammo. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some fast Metroid rooms. Or at least for this last one. Or third one, rather. I think in every case, except for Hundo, you want to do grouping strats for this 4th Metroid room. Nice Rinka boost. Rinkas do 10 energy, or 10 points of damage. And the big side hoppers do 30, so saves net of 20. No, the ring of boost I believe is a little slow, but in exchange for the safety, it's a good trade. Very nice Metroid skip from Sloaters. Alright, Sloaters heads to Mother Brain 1. We have Bullseye starting his Ridley fight, and BPS making his way to Torian. Bullseye has some really good health going into this fight. And like a pretty good fight so far. I'm always just like not sure whether you should use super missiles during the Ridley fight, even though super missiles have the highest DPS in the game, damage per second output. But yeah, good fight by Bullseye. So he's gonna collect the Ridley tank as well. And clean Mother Brain 2 fight from Sloaters, taking a little extra damage to avoid scripted attacks from Mother Brain. If Samus is over 100 energy, Mother Brain will do a variation of attacks until Samus is below 100. Before starting the second scripted Rainbow Beam attack. Looks like BPS is in the waiting room, waiting for the doors to open. I just collected Plasma, and we'll be going to Norfair to collect Ice Beam and defeat Ridley. You know, I would like to see stand-up glitch for any percent. I saw the one of the tasks is, I think, get a spike suit from Mother Brain 1 as Mother Brain is like falling down. And they use the spike suit to shine spark at a certain time during Mother Brain's scripted Rainbow Beam, and they get stand-up glitch that way, which would save a good amount of time. That is true. Slope Spark would be the best way, but I'm not sure if people were looking around for the spike suit setup for Mother Brain. It would be interesting to see. So far, I would guess it's considered task only, or at least I haven't seen anyone else try to go for it. That would be next level strats right there. BPS starting the Metroid skip. Good jump so far. Oh, yeah. I think a little bit of lag from the side hopper really messed up the groove of the baby skip. There we have it. Good game by Sloaters, finishing with an SRL time of 45:53. Good game. I mean, like the stand-up glitch using Shine Spark, I think that's still relatively new, but just haven't seen anybody fiddle around with it. Alright, DPS trying to go for the Zep Skip. Trying to go for taking damage first, and then down grabbing or down backing into the Rika. But two well-timed spin jumps will get you in. PS finishing off Mother Brain 1. Meanwhile, Bullseye is going to be going to Torian, and nhammen is going to go deeper into Lower Norfair and fight Ridley. Health and ammo look excellent. Alright, just 20 shots for BPS. A good amount of health to spare. There could be some cases where someone might get unlucky and eat a ketchup and take take contact by two of the ketchup hitboxes at once, and Samus will take both damage sources simultaneously. I'm actually not sure how much a ketchup does. I assume it's around 1 E-tank. So I think theoretically you could take maybe up to three tanks of damage from 1 ketchup. But yeah, extra E-tanks have a greater safety net in case something weird like that happens. Yo, what? 50 damage? Ketchup? Never heard of that. nhammen is taking the Firefleet tank. Definitely a good choice. And looks like Bullseye is doing his Metroid rooms. Looks like a 5-tank 2010 setup as far as items go. This looks like he's very confident in the ammo counts. But the extra safety may come in handy. Alright, BPS will be starting his escape sequence, and Bullseye will be turning on his items apparently. And he's going to try to take extra damage a bit quicker. Perhaps knowing that he's not going to go for the baby skip You get to get through the like little cutscene a bit quicker. And facing right, of course. And starting his early fight. Oh, trying to go for a left side spark. Good try, though. It's a thought that counts. But will he save the animals, though? Do it for Ponk. Pure pressure. Yes, he's doing it. And you're going to see safety save from Bullseye. Nice Zep skip. First try. Yeah, good really fight by nhammen. And GG to BPS, finishing with a SRL time of 52-22. Good game. And so it looks like BluePlasmaSpark and Sloaters have won their respective matches. And let's see where they stand. Looks like Sloaters will be going to the next round with 4 matches, 4 wins, undefeated. Can't really expect anything less. No pressure from the winner of the previous tournament, multi-category tournament. And looks like BluePlasmaSpark has 1 win and 2 losses. And looks like he's in a really tough group with Oats and Goats, Topsy Turv, and Typo, and Bullseye. See you in brackets, Sloaters. So if BPS wanted to get into the next round, it would take maybe a miracle if Oats and Goats, or if everyone else loses both rounds or 2 rounds. But even then, I think it comes down to median race time. But there is also 1 more race for BPS. It would take an actual miracle. Let's get some music in here. Bullseye missing quite a few shots with this hyper beam. Ideally, you don't want to miss any shots. Take your time if you need to, because it does take time to shoot the gun, and every miss is technically a time loss. Oh, this was BPS's last race. Meanwhile, during Bullseye's escape, nhammen is going to go through, or go to Torian. No moonfall from Bullseye. Moonfall would save a little bit of extra time. Bullseye, not even gonna save the animals. But good game by Bullseye, finishing with an SRL time of 57:17. Good run. Meanwhile, nhammen is going to Torian. Looks like BPS is, I don't know, doing some out of bounds meme. Glitched any percent. Killing all the pirates with missiles. Individual pirates with individual missiles. See you in brackets. Looks like BPS is doing the, I think it's the normal 80% glitch escape sequence, where I think you X-ray some sort of a certain spot that contains a PLM, and it triggers the escape sequence flag. I believe that's how it works. Nice blue screen. Alright, nhammen's gonna go finish his Metroid rooms. I would say Metroid rooms are probably one of the most technical parts of the game as far as controller usage goes, because there's lots of item selecting and item deselecting, and definitely not easy to learn. But it could definitely save a lot of time. Oh, I actually killing the Metroids individually for this last Metroid room, which you don't really see all that often. Yo, BPS.
Yo. What's up, Gala?
How's it going? How was your race?
Well, the race started off pretty well for me, actually.
Yeah, it was looking really good.
And then Fantoon happened, and then I enraged, and then that kind of killed the rest of the run.
Yeah, I noticed like that one flame in particular just like jumped in front of the way of your missile shot and it caused an enrage.
Yeah. I mean, that enrage is just bad luck for the rest of the...
Yeah, typical Fantoon.
Yeah, everything other than that, I think I did pretty well. Well, actually, the beginning was pretty good. Late game is kind of bad, but still, it's beside the point.
So now that you're done with all your races, how do you think you did overall?
I feel like I could have done a bit better. I mean, I want to get a sub 50 sometime, but I'm not sure when that's going to happen.
What is your PB?
Like a 50-16 or something.
Yeah, that sounds pretty close. Or 50-16?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, really close. I heard that a lot of people were like, they had their own goals for the tournament. Did you think you reached yours?
Not really. Because, I mean, first, my goal really couldn't have been wins, because I was basically put in a group where it was almost impossible to win 2 of the matches.
That's a really tough group. You got lots of experienced runners, and they've been around for quite a while, especially Oats and Goats.
Yeah.
Like, Oats and Goats is not going to have any mercy. But yeah, it was good to see you run 80%. And overall, lots of people running 80% as well. Definitely one of my favorite categories. Or is my favorite category, really.
Right, do you have any questions or anything about the run? I'd just like to point out that Ridley fight was kind of strange.
Yeah, that Ridley fight was really Monka-esque. Ridley was pretty much dead for a little while, but he like kept flying around and being a jerk.
Yeah.
So that was like really scary. If you took like 2 body hits, that would have been lights out.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, played really well. Minus the Fantoon, the Fantoon luck, I guess.
I mean, probably could have paid attention a bit more, but still.
I would still call it luck. Like that Fantoon flame just like, jumped up like high enough. Because I don't know if the Fantoon flames have like RNG if they, jump at different heights. Because I know some do and some don't.
I actually didn't see which flame hit it. I just saw that I got hit by flame.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it was one of the jumpy ones, not one of the ones in the ring.
Yeah. Like, I think some can jump higher than others, but I'm not positive. Oh, it looks like nhammen is 21 seconds behind his PB. Looks like he's been having a relatively good run. But, yeah, not too much going on. Just the Mother Brain cutscene. And some out-of-bounds shenanigans from BPS. I still would like to see like stand-up glitch from Mother Brain 1. I think that will be a good discovery if someone can use that without having to use like a task or something like that. Maybe that's something BPS can do.
Well, I'm not really a tasser.
No, to like figure out the how to use the, I guess, spike suit from Mother Brain 1. I think you could do it.
Seems more like a Seti thing. He's sloaters.
Hey, yeah. Sephi has lots of experience doing slope sparks. That's like in his game. Alright, nhammen starting his escape sequence. Nice colon eyes. Oh my goodness, I butchered that. Colon eyes colon. I'm getting a little caught up with the Shine Spark. Here we go. Yo, nice red tower climb.
Thanks.
Very nice Shine Spark from nhammen. The question is, will nhammen save the animals?
I say he should.
Yeah, we should. He should save the animals.
Then again, everyone should save him.
Aww, not saving him. Alright, good game from nhammen, finishing with a time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, 10 seconds. Also looks like a race PB. Dang, by 18 minutes? Good game. That's a really big improvement. Especially in a race scenario. I think nhammen said that he was about 20 seconds behind his PB. But overall, good run. Did not die. Not dying is important in Super Metroid. Otherwise, you would see some forfeits. First race, he did not die. But yeah, that's gonna do it for our races for now. I believe. Let's see what's next. Actually, a race started about 20 minutes ago, approximately. TG Derp versus Grommy and Oats and Goats versus Typo. The Oats and Goats match is in the same group as BluePlasmaSpark. And then after that, it'll be a match at 7 p.m. EST by Z Music and StephCad. But yeah, I think that'll be it for this race. So head on over to the other Speed Gaming channel and check it out. And GG to all the runners. Good race.